Hey, Coach, I guess just what are some of your immediate takeaways from what you saw tonight, both good and bad? What stood out to you?
It was better than last year, exhibition game. There's some areas we got to get better at for sure, which, it's turning the ball over, which was a problem overseas. And the 16 turnovers is troublesome just because we want to get a shot on goal. But we only had 5 in the second half. And it wasn't, it was kind of turnovers off trying to make home run plays. It wasn't, pressure's not going to, I don't think, going to bother us. So it's more just us understanding value of the ball. I mean, there was, a TB dribbled off his foot one time. AB tried a full court. So it wasn't anything that per se the defense took away from it. It was more self-inflicted turnovers. Really happy with our ability to move the ball with 186 passes, not the 200 that we want. Historically, we've been a high volume free throw attempt team, 37 FTAs tonight, although we've got to improve drastically in our free throw percentage. But I thought we did a great job of attacking the rim and drawing fouls. We rebounded the ball well defensively. We shot the ball well from 3. Work on our free throw percentage and work on our taking care of the basketball.
Mention the turnovers and that they're self-inflicted. Does that give you hope that maybe as the team plays together more that you'll be able to reduce those?
Yeah, I think as you play together, it'll be reduced. It'll also be reduced when I stop playing guys that turn the ball over. So I think it's a little bit of both because obviously I think we played 13 players in the first half. I mean, it's not going to happen. That's not in our DNA. So, but I'm glad that everybody got an opportunity to play tonight. Just another, way to evaluate everything. But there's the reason that the rotation's not going to be like that is because Nick Smith's going to play more minutes than he did. And Mackay, if he plays like he did tonight, he needs to play way more than 7 minutes. But I wanted to give some of the younger guys an opportunity but I thought we had a lot of guys really, really do a good job with the minutes that they were given.
Eric, what'd you think of Pinion? I know he may not play that many minutes in a regular season game. What'd you think of what he did?
I thought Joseph played really well in the red and white game. I thought that he played really, really well tonight. We were searching for that last year, just, like a guy that could make a shot when we struggled. Midpoint of the year, we threw different guys in the starting lineup. And I think with Joseph, his biggest thing is getting loose balls and defending. And I thought he did number 0 hurt us at times. And I thought he did as good a job tonight defensively as anyone we had on number 0. And he spaced it out. We ran plays for him. And we probably ran more plays for Joseph tonight than we did anybody that checked into the game, including our starters. I mean, I think we ran him off, red screens at least 6 times, maybe 7. So we called plays for him, which is a good thing. And I think if people try to zone us and we're not making shots, I think tonight he did he played his minutes, which is all you can ask.
About the technical, I know it was a bad call at all, but you were way out on the court and they teed you up. And then you had a tech in Spain too. So I guess you just fiery early fire here, or what do you attribute that to?
Yeah, I thought Mikkel did a great job running the floor on that possession, and he's a guy that's trying to figure out a role. And I thought we had, we were on a big time momentum swing, and personally, I wanted him rewarded for running the floor like he did and then finishing as well. But it's, I'm in mid-season form.
21 of 29 inside the arc, and then I think plus 20 or something on the glass. Is this the DNA of this team when you look back at the Europe exhibition tour? It seemed like you did your best work in those areas.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, the real, we're going to face taller players, more athletic players, but certainly this DNA of attacking the rim and drawing free throws is a big part of who we are. We do have some players that you can throw that ball into with their back to the basket. Like, Graham's got as good footwork as anybody in college basketball with his spin moves and stuff. He's got to be more physical for sure defensively, and mix it up a little bit more from a physical standpoint on the defensive backboards. But from an offensive standpoint, footwork, being able to create angles out of the post, he's really good.
Defensively, real quick, you talked about consistency. The last opponent in Europe, a pro team, you guys were awesome. And then this is the next game you've had against another opponent. Talk about where maybe this team has shown it defensively in games now.
Yeah, if you want to play, if you want to get on the floor, you're going to have to play defense with us. And, we're going to demand it even, like obviously the last game in Europe we played is about as good a defense as I've seen a team play. And I thought tonight we were really good, but, the level of competition changes drastically on Saturday.
What's the balance like as a coaching staff of trying to figure out what things you can improve on with your team versus just what are characteristics of your team as the sample size continues to grow?
Yeah, I mean, I think that to get better, one, because we got a lot of young new players. So we're gonna get better just because we have 11 new guys and we've only had 5 competitions with each other. We know where we got to shoot the ball better. We got to take care of the ball better. And I think we will, but I think we have the potential to be a good defensive team.
Kai Mitchell, it seems like he had some really good defensive moments early in the game. Kind of what did you think of his performance?
Yeah, he's a high energy guy. He's execution on our second, third, and fourth options are going to be really important for him to know those both at the 4 and the 5 for us. That's one of the areas that we want him to continue to get better at.
It's all good. Coach, we really saw an ability from your team to play above the rim today. Just how valuable is that? It seems like you have more of that ability this year than you do last year. Do you think what we saw today, that could be something that we see throughout the season?
Yeah, I mean, we do 1-minute lob stations every day. And we do a good job of basket cutting. I thought last year we had some guys that were really good, corner cutters and 45-degree angle cutters. That's something we've talked about. And I think we have the potential to be a really good running team as well, as long as we can, do a little bit better job taking care of the ball.
Trevin and Anthony about your technical, and they pointed to how they were able to feed off of it. The crowd fed off of it. Is there a strategic aspect of that when you try to get a technical, or is it just kind of you get caught up in the moment?
Yeah, I think I just kind of blank out.
I think Nick ended up with 9, but he scored your first 7, kind of, set the tone. He scored 7 before Roger State even scored at all. What'd you think about the start he gave you and how you guys kind of, got y'all going?
Yeah, I thought it was, when we ate in here today, because we eat in this room, we have video playing on that board. I kind of sat back and watched, and he was the one guy that was watching film of our opponent. We had more talking and communication in our team meal probably than we've had since I've been here. It was louder in the eating room with, but I did survey. I thought Nick was ready to play. And when we ate team meal, Moses was the guy that had his chair straight in front of that video too. So we have the video running so that people can get an extra look at the scout. But I did make that comment at the coaches table, and then one of them, came back and said, that's true, but we also have a lot of communication going on, where last year there was times where guys ate and just kind of didn't say much. I think this group is coming together and enjoying one another.
You talked about being maybe a good backcourt team in terms of blocking shots. Anthony Black gets one early, but all the things he does, have you had a player in college that can do so many things on a basketball court and impact so many aspects of a game?
Well, I think the biggest thing with Anthony is just that he's going to keep getting better. I mean, he's just scratching the surface. So because of his ceiling, I mean, he's a really, really special player. Just because of the size and length. I mean, the only guy that we've had that's, that, and they're different players, but Cody Martin had that, 6'7" point guard. You just don't get point guards, that tall, and that athletic.
Coach, before the game, you mentioned that your message to the team was 1 through 13 playing up to your talent level. Do you feel like you took a step forward in that regards tonight? And then how important is that message going to be moving forward, given what you have coming up on the schedule?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got to play up to our talent level. I don't think we do every day in practice, but I don't think every team in the country does either. I think there's very few that do. We've had some phenomenal practices, and then we've had some practices where I've been really frustrated. But again, I think that's, as Coach Smart says, it's the youngest team you've ever coached in your life. So deal with it, kind of. And he's right. Wow, that was easy.